Are you dreaming? Yeah, are you sure? Oh, I'm late in the dream.
We're just grateful to have you.
Okay. Hello. Is it working? No? Is it working now? Okay.
Now you are in an amplified state.
So, okay. All right. Are you dreaming?
Yes.
Are you dreaming? Yeah. During the daytime, while eating, dressing, walking, sitting, or sleeping, at any given moment of life, imagine I'm sleeping and I'm dreaming. I am dreaming. I am dreaming. I am dreaming. How many times did you say? 10 times, right? 10 times. So then we did that 5 sensorial, how do you say? 5 sensorial experiences. I'm seeing in dream. 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 And then I'm hearing in dream. I'm hearing in dream. Repeat that. I'm hearing in dream. 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 Then there was a suggestion from. Okay, let's skip other ones. You have chocolate here?
I just got one.
No, don't give to me. Give to them.
You want chocolate?
Let's skip that one. Taste and smell and these things. Okay. And then Lori was suggesting feeling, right? I'm feeling in the dream. 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 I'm feeling in 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 dream. What do you feel? Huh?
A full belly, my chair, happy.
Okay. Okay, happy. That's good. What else do you feel?
Sex.
Uh-oh. You're feeling now? It's a little bit too early. No, never mind. It's a dream. Yeah. Okay. And then we have different emotions in the dream. So what is a very disturbing emotion in the dream?
Fear.
Fear. Okay. I'm scared in dream. I'm scared in dream. Say that, please. I'm scared in dream. 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 And what else? I'm sad in dream. I'm sad in dream. Say it loudly. Oh no, you're sad, right? But it's in the dream. I'm sad in 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 dream. Are you confused? I'm confused in dream. 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 All right. You see, the problem is the bad news, but good news is it's a dream. Do you understand?
Sure.
That's a very important thing. Okay. The bad news is confusion. The bad news is sadness. The bad news is the fear. Fear actually is a big problem, right? But the good news, it's a dream. It's a dream. Fear and the dream. Fear and the dream. Fear and the dream. Fear and the dream. Fear and dream. Fear and dream. Okay? So somehow, sometimes you can really switch. This your emotion is in the dream. Once you are able to feel that really like something in the dream, then everything's become lighter. Do you understand? Because the difference when you feel the fear or the sadness in kind of in a very realistic way, it's a heavy, right? It's called how do you call it? Concrete. Concrete like a cement, you know. It's something heavy, and then this make us stuck, you know. Our mind is stuck with fear, sadness, and how do you say, incapable. You know, in the dream, you want to catch the bus, you miss the bus. You want to climb the rocks, and you can't climb. You want to open the door or your car doors, you can't find the key. Do you understand? So there are many of these, like frustration, right? That's a very often thing coming in the dream. But when you believe in this reality, everything is becoming so heavy. Everything becoming really like concrete. That's an English word, right? Concrete. What does it mean?
Cement.
Exactly. Solid. When you believe in this reality, everything is so solid and concrete. That's why it's really heavy, right? But when you say it's a dream, everything is becoming like light. It's like a feeling of illusion. Do you understand? It's something really in the brain, in your mind. You can shift something. Okay? That's why this mantra of dream yoga is very important. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. Okay? That is important to say that and to do this practice if your mind is stable or when your mind is stable. Okay? But this practice can be dangerous for some people too. Okay, especially people highly sensitive, you know, or people are having symptoms of psychosis, right? And then if you say, oh, it is a dream, I'm in the dream, I'm in the dream, they really mixed up what is a dream and what is reality. Do you understand? So there have to be a borderline too. But if you lose that borderline, it can be dangerous. Okay? So in this case, I said this morning, if we do practice of dream yoga and 6 yogas, it's important we have a strong root. Do you remember the roots? It's important, you know, we are well rooted. It means psychologically we are stable. Mentally, okay, we have emotions, you know, we have ups and downs, but we are kind of stable. Do you understand? So if you feel you are too much in the, you know, inside of the illusion world, the dream is an illusion, life is an illusion. If you go too much inside, maybe your head can be messed up. So be careful that part. Anyone has psychosis? Okay, you are out. Out, please.
I'll just watch, I won't listen.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Do you have earplugs?
I do.
All right, cool. Yeah, use them now. Now. Okay, good, good. Mm-hmm.
You had said to ask you at the group about a friend of mine who does have psychosis. He took some mushrooms and pot, and I think that has something to do with it, but something definitely not grounded, very not grounded. And so I was wondering how you work with someone. I worked with somebody else recently, and they're back, they're normal. And for him, his realization was he needed to stop looking for answers. That when you have those experiences, when you're looking for answers, and but this person is still.
Yeah. So it was caused by the mushrooms, right?
Well, I don't know.
It can be.
It could be. It could be a lot of different things.
Yeah, it can be lots of different things. But today, there are so many problems caused by substances. You know.
Yeah, this is months later, so
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying in general.
Right.
In general, many people they get magic mushroom experiences, and then somehow they cannot come out from mushroom experiences.
Right.
And that's why in generally, I think the use of substances are kind of dangerous, you know. For some people, they say, oh, I just did once. That's the problem. Some people, they are so sensitive. Just using the substances, magic mushroom, or even marijuana, it's true, they are natural substances, but even natural substances, sometimes it not depends on substances. It depends who takes them, you know. Who takes them, right? If somebody is kind of sensitive, and normally we call it sensitive channeled people. We have 72,000 channels, and some people's channels are kind of very sensitive, right? So if your channels are kind of too sensitive and then you take substances, very easy to have side effect. And one of the main side effect is like psychosis, okay? They can see things, they can hear things, and they can feel energy around and this and that. So that's why if your channels are too kind of opened or sensitive, of course, any kind of substances are not good. And then there are some people, the channels are kind of strong. They are sensitive but strong. Even you take substances and they experience the visions or they make journeys and these things, they come back, they're kind of okay. Okay? So if they do too much overdoing, again, it can damage, right? So some researchers are saying these substances can damage our brain functions. So that's a similar what the Tibetan tradition says, the substances can damage our channels because channels are kind of too sensitive. Okay? And so that's why I think, yeah, this substance uses, it's a kind of big problem, and especially in young age. And I hope that the younger generation, I can understand they said, oh, we want to experience, you know. We are young and we want to experience everything. I hope that they can experience something different, right? They can experience dream yoga, for example. They can experience sleeping yoga. They can experience, you know, different things. There are many fun stuff in the yoga too, or meditation. So I hope in future the generation will change instead of depending on substances and these things. Because I'm saying this a few months ago, I was in Estonia. Estonia is a very small country. I was talking to somebody, you know, somebody involved in the psychiatric hospital. And she told me the stories, teenagers in the psychiatric hospitals, and most of them, they are affected by the substances. And of course, the innocent little kids, they think, oh, okay, it's a natural, you know. Not a big deal. But using once and having psychiatric disorders, it's really heavy. You know? And then beside that, also if we go too much in the spiritual practices and so on, so they get troubles too. So in this case, for them, the best solution is they really should know what kind of practices or meditation. Okay, definitely, if somebody is having psychosis and already getting confused, there's no borderline. It's a reality and dream reality. It's already kind of dangerous. Then it's better we don't go too much into the dream world. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that earlier. You are kind of too late. But when you told me about this, your friend, I thought it's good you asked me in the group because it's important, For me, it's important to tell you, give you this information. Okay? If you are kind of really confused, you lose the borderline, you should not do dream yoga too much. Okay? I'll tell you another dream yoga, reciting mantras and breathing exercises and these things. The meditation is called the shamatha. Shamatha is like calm abiding meditation or relaxing meditation or walking meditation, or they should not do any kind of meditation for a while. Okay? It means for next 10 years or something. Sometimes it takes time, right? I had one patient in Poland, a Polish patient. He had a very severe bipolar disorder, bipolar. And so he said he had once, very severe bipolar. So what happened is he went to a Buddhist center, he started to meditate, and actually that triggered his symptoms. And he went with his father, and of course his father had a good intention. And then it seems the father pushed him a little bit, he said, oh, you have to do these practices, it's good for you, it will change your life. And then he kind of pushed himself and doing meditation, and then he really had a very strong reaction, And then the bad thing is he ended up in the psychiatric hospital. It took many months to recover. And then he took the treatment and somehow he was okay for many years. And then somebody says, okay, let's go to the meditation class. He went to another Buddhist class and he had exactly same crisis. So I said, look, meditation is not you go to a center, you sit with many people and doing this and that. I said, meditation is all about yourself. Meditation, the Tibetan word of meditation is called the Gom. Okay, Gom. I often make this joke. Gom is like very similar sound in English. Go home. Do you understand? So you really have to go back your home and don't go to the centers or don't disturb other people. You have to simply go back home. That's called the Gom. To know yourself better. Okay? The process of to knowing yourself better, that's called meditation. So yesterday I mentioned already, there are 3 gates, right? The gate of the body, the gate of the speech, the gate of mind. So it's up to you which gate you choose or which gate is easier for you. So if the body gate is easy for you, then you focus on the physical yoga, exercise, prostration, walking meditation, circumambulation, all these things. So if your gate is more for the chanting and singing part, you can do that part, right? If you're more mental one, then you go more mental one. But normally the people are already having mental issues. The mental one is not easy. They don't know how to manage their mind. That's the problem. Do you understand? Somehow we are all having the bipolar symptom, right? Sometimes you feel up, sometimes you feel down. Before espresso, you feel so down. After espresso, you feel high, right? It's espresso bipolar. Mm-hmm. You get something, you're happy. You lose something, you're unhappy. We are our life is kind of bipolar, up and down, up and down. like this. But normally we know how to control it. Even we are up and down, we can keep that balanced state. But once we lose that balanced state, when the happy is goes too high and then the sadness or unhappiness goes too down, then we lose the control, right? So once we lose the control, and once we lose the control, then it's a problem. Then we call it disorder or imbalance. So yeah, that's why we really should be careful. And if you are having these imbalances, you should choose what is the right type of meditation. But normally the meditation thing should be very, very simple ones, okay? Or the ones who are, who are head is kind of messed up, head or heart, whatever is messed up, then it's better to focus more on the physical level. Physical yoga, or some people, they have yoga phobia, right? They hearing the word of yoga, they get, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This is called the yoga panic attack or yoga phobia. So in this case, you just tell them do sport, walking exercise. At end is the same, right? Sport or walking and these things. So we have to find, if mentally you lost the balance, you have to find something else. For example, you go for music or listening and chanting. But that one also is kind of sensitive, then you go to just the physical part. Okay? So you try to analyze those people, they are having already the mental part of kind of disorders, and then it's better we approach in a different way. The speech gate or the body gate. Okay? For me, it seems that body gate is important. But once they are all rebalanced, then there is a chance to coming back to dream yoga. To saying everything is dream and illusion and so on. But then they need preparation, okay? This is my specific patient, the Polish patient. I told them, I said, please don't go back to any Buddhist centers to do your spiritual practices, okay? And then he said, but I like Buddhist philosophy. I said, Buddhist philosophy you can find in your life anywhere. Buddhist philosophy you can find in kitchen. Buddha said, if you eat good food, you'll get good health, right? Causality. And Buddhist philosophy we can find in our bedroom. Buddha said, sleep well, we'll get better energy. And he says, if you oversleep, you get this and that. So that's why I think we should know the Buddhist practice or spiritual practice, how to integrate in our ordinary life. Okay? Of course, our mind is so much conditioned, In order to do meditation, we have to go to a meditation center. In order to do yoga, we have to go to the yoga center. In order to the dance, we have to join the dance club and this club, all these things. Yeah, I told him. Then he was kind of calm, This guy, he was happy, right? Of course, Buddhist philosophy, it's a very nice philosophy. But then for us, it's not about the question of Buddhist philosophy. It's a question of ourselves, how we can take it, how we can intake it, and how we can digest it, right? And how we can see, how we can feel it's in our way. Yes?
I have a lot of frustration dreams, and over the past months, I've developed patience from looking back on the dreams in my real life, in this life. It's an amazing effect that's having. I don't get frustrated doing things, and I take my time. It really has helped me that way.
Oh, great. So you learned the lesson from the dream.
Right. what I'm
Great.
saying.
Yeah.
Develop patience.
Mhm. Great. Yes?
How do you work or manage dreams that you get woken up from your dream, either from sadness or fear or something that wakes you up in the middle and it's not a finished dream anymore?
Let it go.
It comes back again.
And then you enter.
Uh-huh.
Okay, dream when you wake up, if it's an interesting dream. Okay, actually it's like this. The dream yoga, it's a question how to master your dream. You had a nice dream and then you wake up. Okay? Just, then you try to keep sleeping and you just think of this dream or you just go back into the story. You repeat the story. But you tell yourself, I'm repeating my dream, I'm dreaming. But that moment, if you fall asleep, and if you want to continue that dream, you can continue. You understand? You can continue that same dream. Even a dream, let's say you had 10 years ago. Okay, 10 years ago you had a dream and it's unfinished the dream. If you want to continue, in the dream yoga, you can say, I want to continue that dream. Okay? There's so many unfinished stories in our dream.
Yeah.
Okay? You can do anything once you master it. Okay? That's the key point. If you're unable to master the dream, and then we cannot do anything. But then we know we are the victims of our own dream. Right? If you have any bad dreams, this and that, we create the dream and then we are having the bad feelings. We get scared and we are having fear. Right? So that's why one of the dream yoga's training is how to work with the fear. How to work with the fear. To free the fear. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so anyone is having the thing, what we say, how do you call it? Psychosis? How do you say? Psychosis. Anyone is having psychosis? Out of control. Do you see me? You're already hallucinating, I know, but it's kind of control, yeah? It's kind of control. If you have psychosis out of control, hallucination out of control, don't practice dream yoga. Do you understand? Or when you do the dream yoga, you are like kind of too much inside. You are saying you are dreaming, this is a dream, this is illusion, you go too much and then you cannot come back in this reality. Okay? This reality always stays as a reality until your dream yoga practice will be, how do you say, becoming stable. You understand? Once it's rooted, once it's becoming stable, and then it's easy. Do you get that point? But until it's becoming stable, it can be dangerous. Okay? Any kind of meditation practices. So then, if your practice becoming stable, it means you can live in two realities. You can live in this conventional reality and you can live this dream reality. Do you understand? You can have two realities, but you are not confused between these two realities. Okay? You know when you are in the dream, you are in the dream. You know when you are awake, you are awake. But also there's a meeting point, but you are not confused. Okay? So in any case, what I'm telling you, if you have too much confusions, what is conventional reality and what is the dream reality and so on, just step back a little bit. I just give you mantra, this mantra, Om Anutara. Just recite that mantra. Om Anutara. Om Anutara. Okay? 5 syllables. Om Anutara. means the 5 elements. Why there's a 2T? Anuttara. Now there's one T. Om Anuttara. Om Anuttara. Okay, but in the life it's good sometimes you have this feeling of everything's illusion. I think it's very important. Otherwise, you know what's the problem in the life? We are too serious.
Yeah.
You know, we make everything so heavy. We make everything so serious. We make everything is so solid, right? But what is the nature of ourself? What is nature of our mind? Nature of our mind is not solid. Nature of our mind is fluid. It needs to flow, right? Nature of our body also fluid, 70 to 75%, or some of you said 80%, right? It's a fluid, you know, fluid. The blood needs to circulate. The lymphatic fluid is constantly moving. So once blood flow stocks, what happens? We can get heart attack. If the heart attack is massive, what happens? We die. So blood must flow. The lymph fluid is the same, it must flow, right? And so that's why our nature, we should not get stuck. But if we think things too much seriously, too much heavily, too much solid, then we really get stuck, right? Typically like traumas. Our mind gets stuck with traumas, okay? Our mind can get stuck with some stupid things, right? I call it mental constipation, right? You know physical constipation, right? Constipation. What happens in physical constipation? Your colon is lazy, and then what stacks there? What? What? Poop. Right? Poop stagnates in the colon because poop is solid, right? And then colon is lazy, so there is no flow. And because of that constipation, then we get the gas, then we get so many, you know, pain, discomfort, and then even it disturbs our emotions and so many things, right? The same way we can get mental constipation. So what do you think? What can stuck in your mind? It's the same thing, poop. Right? One, it's a really visible stinky shit, and other one is invisible stinky shit. Okay, it's the same thing. It's really like this, and then this shit will manifest in the dream. Did you see that? All these bad stories, bad experience, they are repeating in the dream. So why we bring that shit into the brain, not brain, sorry, in the dream. Mm-hmm.
What do you do if you're in close contact with a situation that keeps triggering something against, let's say, your ethics or principles, and that, and you can't, you know, you have to are you super flexible with it, or do you change something? How do you deal with it?
It depends on circumstances. It's important to being flexible. It's important to be flexible, but it have to be a skillful flexibility. You know, sometimes we say, oh, because I'm flexible, it can be stupid too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I think in the Buddhism, they're always talking about this wisdom. You know, this wisdom, and then we have, Tibetan, there are two words. One is wisdom, jhana, one is a shade of intelligence. So that's why I think it's important we use this intelligence too. Do you understand? It's a good question. But I think the really key point is to be flexible. This is important. But anything can be stupidity. So in this case, of course, how do you say, we should use that part of the intelligence part. Okay? So I like this, in the Tibetan Buddhism, we have three main Buddhas. It's called the Riksum Gompo, like three main protectors or three lords. One is the Buddha of compassion. Okay? Like love, compassion, affection, it's very important, right? And number two is called the Buddha of power, Vajrapani. You know, the power, the force, the strength, that's important too. It's an energy, we have to use it, right? So if you combine these two together, one is Vajrapani, like so much power, strength and courage and so on. But this Buddha without love and compassion, he can be very destructive, right? And then also you have this compassionate heart, and then you have Vajrapani power, right? Let's say you are like a King Kong. You have so much power, and King Kong's heart is full of love, right? But maybe King Kong is not so smart. You see, then you can cause other troubles. Do you understand? So that's why the third Buddha is called the Manjushri, the wisdom Buddha, Buddha of intelligence. Okay? You know, that's in my childhood, we often hear this Riksam Gombo, like three Buddhas. I always have these questions. There's so many Buddhas. Why these three Buddhas are called three protectors? Right? Later, I try to understand in this in a more, how do you say, psychology or in our life. These three things are really essential what we need. We need love and compassion. We need the power, force, and energy like Vajrapani, and we need intelligence. If you have three of them in you, everything's okay. Okay, good question. Don't do stupid things, just saying, oh, I'm flexible. Then it brings more problems, right? Okay, did you get the point? All right, so yeah. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that we should not say you are dreaming, you know, if you suffer from psychosis, but it's too late. We did that already. Okay, let's put that feeling and emotions. Can you write down here? We used the fear already, right?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yes.
I'm scared, or what else? The word you use in English?
Afraid.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Okay, can you say that? I'm afraid in dream. 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 I'm afraid. But in dream. Okay? So, in dream, you have to use, when you say in dream, that liberates you. Do you understand? Can you make that a mark? I'm afraid. That's our problem. Okay, that's our blockage. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. In dream liberates. Actually, this I have to thank one very funny Italian guy, very funny Italian guy. And I cannot call him stupid because I consider he's one of my guru. And he's a pharmacist and kind of businessman too, you know. And so I was running a kind of clinic, Soarikpa clinic, my own clinic, about 2005. It was a very difficult time for me. one of my really hard time, and I really appreciate that time. That time I thought was very hard, but later I realized that's the really starting point of freedom. And having problem is not really the process. It's like the dreams, the bad dreams. But the bad dream is just the process, something unblocking, right? Once it's unblocked, then we are free. So I was kind of really struggling, and I had my clinic, and I tried to do my best to have patients and to treat them, to struggle for my rent and this and that, rent the place and then rent the clinic. And so, many very typical life problems. And then I thought I was doing okay and I was paying the rent. And this Italian guy, one day he came to me, he said, oh, I can't rent this room to you anymore. I said, well, I'm paying you. Actually, it was very funny. We are maybe 4 or 5 people. We are renting one space. It's a kind of big space. And I told my friends, Italian friends, I'm paying tax. He said, what, do you pay tax? I said, yeah, I want to do everything as regular. And then they're laughing at me. They said, oh, nobody pays tax. Why you pay tax? So that was my first mafia lesson, okay? But I still thought, okay, I'm scared of Italian government, If they arrest me, I said, I want to do something. So I tried to be honest, to pay tax and to make things regular and this and that. And then this Italian guy, and he come to me, he said, oh, we are too many people and I have to cancel somebody. This, I said, oh, I'm the good guy. I'm paying to you and I'm paying tax and this and that. He said, that's why you have too many expenses. He said, actually, you can't have the space. I said, what? He said, you can't have the space. So for me, that was like an experience of like, oh, everything's lost, I really struggled myself to rent that space and I put everything there, tried to pay tax for Italian government. I put my everything there, and this guy chose me because, he knew I was stupid. Because I was paying tax in Italy. And he said, oh, this guy can't make business for sure, like he's out. And when he told me that bad news, I was actually kind of shocked, okay? I believed in this, my work and the clinic, everything. I tried to put everything, and just few seconds, he said, okay, you're out. Like, ting, kind of shock. Then I said, oh, this is a dream. You see, dream yoga. First, the bad news. I said, oh my God, I lost everything. And then, like, it's few seconds, I said, this is a dream. I said, this is a real dream. You can gain things, you lose, and this. I said, important is just to wake up. Right? I believed in that little clinic so much. I put everything. Everything, money, effort, energy, everything. And he said, okay, from tomorrow you can come, and that's it. So the kind of that mental shock was so strong, but when I said this is a dream, I also was so strong, okay? And then I was so happy. That moment, everything is happening in my head. When I said this is a dream, I felt so happy. I never felt so happy. And then maybe, I don't know, he saw me, I was shocked, right? I said, what? Like this. And then I really felt this immense happiness inside of myself. I said, okay, oh, thank you. This is a good decision. I said, I don't want others to lose the space. I said, okay, I paid you the rent, and from tomorrow I will remove my stuff, this. And he said, are you okay? I said, don't you see I'm okay? I'm happy you saved the space like this, okay? You see? That's why I called him my guru. He was just a random Italian business guy, but I really experienced the power of you saying I'm dreaming. Okay? If he didn't give me that shock, of course, I said, start to fight. My Italian is not so bad, to say something, "Baxi che cazzo, ready to explode. But because I said this is a dream, it was so peaceful, it was so joyful, right? So that's why actually it's really interesting. Dream yoga is not something only in the dream. We can, like you are saying, we can learn so many things in the dream, right? And dream is one of the best inner, we can call it a dream, it's a guru for us. It's a guru. We learn and we experience and then we come back here. Of course, this life is reflecting in the dream and the dream is reflecting in this life. It's both reflecting, And we are the master is holding both of these. Waking up reality, the dream reality. We can do this. You know why? That's why we have two hands, we have two eyes, two nostrils, two ears. even the brain, we have right brain, right hemisphere, and left hemisphere. Of course, we can stand between two realities. It's not a problem.
But you lost your clinic, your income, your money.
But okay,
can
that's
you
a
eat-
good
Can
question.
you eat in the dream?
Yeah, no. I lost my clinic. I had to restart something very fresh. Actually, I was so happy. Later, I realized I lost all those things. Because when you are super stressed, you can think clearly. And you don't know what to do in the next step. That's because of the stress. So if I didn't say this is a dream, I was super happy and calm. Of course, firstly, for sure, I had a big fight with that Italian guy, right? Disturbing myself and disturbing him, and then I'm go to the clinic and talking bad about him to other people. For sure, because I couldn't control my emotion, I create a bad energy. Everybody's kind of unhappy, this and that. And then when I think myself, maybe I can be paralyzed. Oh my God, what can I do now? I always felt I am a foreigner in Italy. In Italy, there are not so many Asians. I think here is very different. In Italy, like if you're Asian, it's very, how do you say, very distant, right? But because of that kind of inner peace and inner joy, when I said it's a dream, I was calm and my mind was clear what to do next step. And my next step is teaching. My next step is teaching. So when I went back and then I did a divination, I had this Yuthok's biography. I said, okay, Yuthok, you guide me now. Should I teach, do clinic and whatever? I turned the one page and this paragraph says, travel and teach. So life can be simple, So that's why I said, okay, I want to travel and teach. All right. So, yeah, it's really like this, I'm afraid. That's the bad news, okay? I'm afraid. Bad news. But good news is in dream. I'm sure once we are calm, our mind is calm, okay? And then the intelligence is there, or intelligence arises by itself. So when we are not calm, when we don't have the inner peace and these and things, and then the inner light, the inner intelligence can't manifest. It's repressed or it's covered. Okay? So in any case, you do these things even in your real life. Let's say many of us, we have worry. How do you say I'm worried or I'm worried? I'm worried. Can you write it down? Very big one that everyone can see it so clearly. I'm worried
In my
in my dream. I'm worried in dream. I'm worried in dream. I'm worried in my 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 dream. Worried in my dream. I'm worried in my dream. Okay? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I know you have many worries. That's for sure. I don't ask you. Close your eyes and think of your top worry. Maybe your top worry is a rent, or your top worry is a relationship, or your top worry is blah blah or blah blah. It doesn't matter, okay? You keep your top worry for yourself. And now mentally you say 10 times, I'm worried in my dream, mentally. Okay. Now you open your eyes. Did you know the difference when you say it and when you say it verbally or when you say it mentally? When you say it mentally, you're more profound, more deep. You know, mentally, when you say something, you feel it. Verbally, you know, sometimes our speech is speech, right? Say all different things, even without thinking. So this is another thing without control. Okay? I'm worried in my dream. What else are your problems? Huh?
I have a question. It seems like a silly, subtle thing, but it'll bother me forever. In my dream, in the dream, in a dream, in dream, it's a subtlety, but when I say it's my dream, it has a different connotation in the dream. Or I'm worried in, I like the Asian American version, I'm worried in dream.
Okay, fine. That's your personal mantra.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I actually was wondering whether
You
could
do
drop on.
look these things. You know my English is bad, don't you?
Better than my Tibetan.
That's right.
No, don't worry. I'm talking to him. I got some issues with him in dream. I got some issues with him in my dream.
Bring it up.
Now, that's a good question. Okay, that's a good question. Why it's a good question? Because you pick up the mantra by yourself. Do you understand? It's really like, okay, I'm worried in my dream, or I'm worried in dream, or I'm worried in the dream. It's which one speaks to you. That's for you. Do you understand? This thing, it had to be something very individual. Do you understand? You know, for some people, you know, somebody said, I love you, right? You don't feel anything. You don't feel. Even this person says, I really love you. Do you feel it? That's right. The verbally you cannot be affected. Maybe this person didn't say anything and come to hug you, and maybe you feel something. Do you understand? I'm saying the speech group, the physical group, and the mental group. So instead of, you know, you are hearing the word of I love you, maybe you prefer hug. Do you understand? Some people, you know, they have phobia of hug. So the affection is not coming from body touch. Maybe they are from our words. Do you understand? So these things can be very, very, very individual. Can be very, very individual. So please make your own mantra. Make your own mantra. I told you, dream yoga is a freestyle yoga. Katya, which one is better for you?
In terms of this mantra,
Yeah.
I'm worried in my dream.
You see? You see? I'm worried in my dream. It's a problem for you and perfect solution for her. That's why in dream yoga, we respect individuals. Question from Lori. She's saying somebody saying Buddhism is, you know, erases the individualism. Of course, we support individualism, right? Because we are all unique. We are all unique. Why we are all unique? Even we have same parents with our brothers and sisters. Our consciousness is our own consciousness. That's not genetic. Okay? Our body is genetic, our energy is genetic, but our consciousness is our own. So, and with the conceiving moment, we have egg, sperm, and consciousness. There is always some part is ourself, right? That's why even the, how do you call it, these twins, you know, twin brothers, twin sisters, right? Even they're coming out from same sperm, same egg, they have completely different way of thinking. Okay? All right, so you make your own mantra. I'm in dreaming. Okay, good. That's the page number 3. So we call it practice of mindfulness. Okay, practice of mindfulness. And then I need to give you one tip. You see, the practice itself is very easy and very freestyle, and you can do anytime and anywhere, right? But we have a problem. We have a problem. We got a problem. What's our problem? Distraction. 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 We get distracted, right? So that's why we need to have a mindful, how do you call it? A reminder. You know, something reminds us to do this practice, okay? Or you can have a ring, dream yoga ring. Don't put it here. It's better put it here.
Yeah.
Because this one you have to save for marriage, right? This one you have to save for your nose. This one you have to save to say somebody you are good. This one is for the soup, and this one left for dream yoga. So if you put a special ring, maybe diamond, okay? No, I'm not joking. Why you guys are laughing? If you have many diamonds, you can put 2 actually. Okay? I call it a dream yoga reminder. Or sometimes we call it mindful spot. How do you call it? Mindful spot. No. I thought there are some names. Okay? Dream yoga ring or dream yoga necklace. Something special, or dream yoga earrings or something special. But in your bedroom, so you'll use an image or the red syllable ah. Okay, this is our mantra, the ah, red ah. It's in the text. That's our, it's called the dream yoga mantra. Okay? So that will be the mantra you can put in your bedroom, or you can use any kind of red art, you know, especially red flowers, red petals, and all these things. Okay. But for me myself, when I did it, I had the dream yoga ring. That was very, very useful. Okay. I also used to use in the phone every 1 hour, every 2 hours. Beep, 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 beep. You check, it says, I'm dreaming. That's a good solution too. If you have this, but don't make it too frequently because then you get stressed.
Yeah.
Okay, you get stressed. Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's dream yoga really helps us saving lots of time. You are in the toilet, you are in bathroom. You're just saying, "Oh, I'm dreaming," right? So you're doing your thing, your important thing, and plus dream yoga and the toilet. Is that cool? Okay. Yeah, dream yoga. Can you say reminder? Reminder or reminder? Reminder. Okay. Remember the dream yoga reminder. Okay. A diamond ring. Okay. And especially if something in the red color, it's good. Okay. And especially if something in the red color, it's good. Okay. Something red color. Then diamond is not red. Then maybe ruby. Ruby. You know why red is good? Here you go. This is our visualization. Dream yoga visualization. You need the text. Justin, we need an extra text. 2. We need 2. All right, so this image is the Buddha. It's called the Buddha Amitabha. Do you know what Amitabha means? Do you know what Amitabha means? Amitabha.
Limitless light.
Very good. Infinite light Buddha. Amitabha means infinite light. Is that beautiful?
Yes.
Infinite light. Okay, you imagine the infinite light in your throat chakra. Okay, the infinite light Buddha. So that's why, in a very simple way, if you're really good with the dream yoga, you will experience the infinite light. At end, you understand? You'll wake up with infinite light. Okay, and then practice before falling asleep. Okay, before falling asleep. So today, now we do this, and this evening, tonight, you should do this. Practice before falling asleep. Step 1, Guru visualization. So this text, maybe, I don't know, in English is not that flowing, the text, because it's a translation of the original text. Okay, it's very written in Tibetan style. It's very, very Tibetan style. This text was written in 12th century, okay, 800 years ago. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh yeah, in the dream it's easy. In the dream we can travel back to 800 years ago, all right? So if you don't understand this text, you do dream yoga. And then you 12th century, what was here? Probably you don't find dream yoga here, then you go to Tibet. And you know who you should looking for here in Tibet? Yuthok, the author of this text. You say, hi, Yuthok. Why you wrote these things? I don't understand. I'm not joking, it's possibility, you see. Dream yoga is really, really simple, very practical, very effective, and really, really experiential and amazing. You can okay. In the science fiction, we need the machines for, time travel machines, space travel, space shuttle, this. In dream yoga, you don't need anything. Everything's free. Without machines, everything is perfectly natural, organic, okay, and gratis. All right, so practice before falling asleep. Step 1, Guru visualization. Before you go to sleep, visualize a white lotus flower with 4 petals in the center of your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is here, right? So here it says white petals. You can imagine white for a white lotus, or normally we do also red lotus. So this throat chakra is a red color, okay? It doesn't matter, white and red, it doesn't matter, okay? Can you close your eye quickly? Can you close your eyes quickly? Just quickly, very quickly. Don't sit in meditation posture, just close your eyes, okay? Imagine a white flower, white lotus. Are you imagining it's a white lotus? Okay, now you imagine this lotus is red color. Okay? Okay, you say red, 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 red. You are seeing a red flower or imagining a red. It is the same flower, you say it's white, white, white. Okay? Or you can say blue, blue, blue. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Green, green, green. Okay, that's it. Is there any difference?
Well, there's a difference in the vibration of the color.
Okay, vibration is a different. But when you say white, it's white, right? When you say red, it's red. So in our logic, in our human logic, white is white and red is red. You know, that's called the German logic. If you see a white, you see a white. White is white. If you see a red, you see a red. Red is red, right? Who speaks German? Who speaks Dutch? Mm-hmm. Weißt ist weißt. Rot. How do you say red? Rot. Rot ist rot. Das ist nicht weiß. No confusion, you see. The German style is very good for the clarity. If you are confused, German style is very good for the clarity. If you are confused, you need a German guru. Okay. And then if you talk to an Italian, yes, red is red, but white plus this, and it becomes red too. You know, the Italians are artists, you know, they can mix many colors, right? And if you talk to Tibetans, it is the white and it is also the red. Okay, you don't understand, it's your problem. Meditate more. So that's why don't get confused, okay? Here it says white lotus and I will say red lotus. Okay, so petals in your throat chakra. Why the throat chakra? Because throat chakra is called the dream chakra. The dream chakra. Okay, throat chakra is the dream chakra. And you can call it the dream station. Actually, it's the station of the dream station. All right? Okay. So your primordial awareness, it's your original awareness or your pristine awareness. I told you, yoga awareness rises as Guru. Why it's a Guru? Guru is the Yuthok, okay? Yuthok Guru and Amitabha. So it should be Buddha Amitabha, but here is a Guru Amitabha. It means a Yuthok manifesting as a Buddha. You understand? But who is that Guru and that Buddha? You are on primordial awareness. Do you understand? So at end, Your nature, Guru's nature, Buddha's nature, there's no different. Okay? There's no different. If you think there is a different, it means you're sleeping. When you wake up, you know they are all same nature. Do you understand? So that's why it says Guru Amitabha. So union of Guru and Buddha, there is no separation. It's the same thing. And who is this Guru or the Buddha originally? It's our own original version, our own original, how do you say, awareness or our own divine consciousness. Do you get it? So don't make too many separations. It's important to know the idea of all in one. In union, one thumb in size, it means two fingers like this, this is one thumb, this much, or this one, two fingers like this. The size of Buddha is this much, okay? Don't make it too big, otherwise you'll choke. Buddha. All right. In his heart, there is a coral colored A syllable, red A. Okay, red A you see in page number 6. That's a red A, the central one. So step 2, it says mantra visualization. On the 4 petals stands the 4 syllable, Anuttara. In any color you choose. Guru Amitabha's concert is offering him great bliss. Did you understand that? So, this Guru, look at this Guru, or Buddha Amitabha. This art looks, he's a little bit sad, but you have to know he's really happy. Okay? I think you should put a smile on his face. Okay, he's a really happy Buddha because he is representing the infinite light, and special Buddha because he is representing the infinite light, and especially his union with the consort. Do you understand? Like the heat, like we talked about Tummo, the heat. So offering great bliss means it means they are kind of active in your visualization. Do you understand? They are doing something. They are kind of in emotion. It's not just imagination. There's something, you feel something real. Buddhas are smart, yeah? So what actually this brings, offering the greater bliss, this helps us to, to releases our tension. Do you understand? So dream yoga is it's a practice, we do while we are sleeping, and with the preparation we do before falling asleep. Do you understand? So most of the cases we are kind of tired and exhausted. We have accumulated so much stress and tiredness and tension and so many things, right? So when you imagine, if you have time, once you go to bed, you should practice Karma Mudra. Did you know that? Karma Mudra means partner practice. Okay? Don't fight. Don't argue. You already fought whole day. You argued already whole life, Okay? Once you get in the bed, let everything go away, and you enjoy that moment. But the problem is, if you don't have partner, or you are having issues with your partner, or your partner is so sleepy, or your partner is so stinky, whatever. So you can imagine this. This is a Karma Mudra image. Okay, two Buddhas in union. The main reason I told you, when you are really angry, That's your selfie there. Okay, when you're really calm and cool, you meditate and this, your selfie is here, medicine Buddha. When you feel the good, the wellness, right? The good health. Yes, I'm physically, mentally super healthy like this. Okay? And then here you see this Buddha in the union. That's the moment when you feel the joy and bliss. Okay? The joyness, the joy and the bliss. And Buddha's in this union. Okay? So it's interesting, Tibetan Tanka art, it captures our human important, how do you say, moments, emotions. There is a moment is very joyful and very blissful. There is a moment we are very angry, we are very pissed off, right? There's a moment we feel so good and so cool and so on. Okay? And there's a moment also something between. This is called the semi-restful. Okay? So now here, the moment of joy, because it's, I was thinking a lot about this union, the Buddha, and why it says the concert is offering the great bliss. I was really thinking that a lot. And when I put this in my practice, I realized it really is like removing the stress. It helps us to forget the stressful day, right? Before go to sleep, it means the day is finished, it's done, If it's good, it's good. It's bad, it's bad, it's done. You just let it go. But if we can't let it go that day, and the stress and the tension is everything stays, and this and nervous, and then we don't get a good sleep, right? So that's why if you imagine this Buddha in the concert and color, you really feel kind of this joyness, joy, and that make you light. It's like, especially if you are tense and stressed, it make you, finally something's good in my throat, at least. And that mantra visualization on the 4 petals stands for syllables, Anudana, I told you that already. Then the prayers, recite. May I be able to catch the dream, okay? So this is very typical Tibetan way. Catching dream means lucid dream. It means I want to be lucid, okay? Write it down there, lucid. Or I want to know when I'm dreaming that I'm dreaming, okay? Or you can say, I want to awake with my dream. It means you realize you're dreaming. Do you understand? So that in Tibetan is called the catch. Catching means you become lucid. And to realize my own awareness with the dream. Okay? So awareness with the dream. And in the dream, whatever manifests is part of your mind. The more you discover about the dream, the more you discover about your own mind, about your own awareness. To transform the dream, okay? And that's the part that you see, you feel, you experience how to master the dream, okay? You see a white flower, you say red, it's become red. You say it's a blue, it's become blue. Like the one you are imagining, okay, there's a white flower and this and that. You understand? Dreams are same like our imaginations and our thoughts and our memories, right? But many cases, our thoughts, our imaginations, our memories are not that vivid. It's black and white. And black and white and 2D. But what happens in the dream is it's colorful, full of shape and color, and they are all 3-dimensional. Did you know that? So that's why it's becoming really like this reality, the dream, right? You see the colors, you see this. Of course, some people, they can have black and white. dreams. Some people are highly stressed, or if they had some injuries in the brain, these things they can see only black and white. I know also some people they dream only one color, only blue or only dark. These things. That's possible too. But generally speaking, our dreams are 3D. Did you know that? Everything you see, it's a 3D, three-dimensional. And they're all full of colors, right? And to transform the dream means anything manifest in your dream, you can transform everything, anything. Right? In the beginning, small things, but then later we do the practices, okay? The prayer, actually, this prayer shows the meaning of dream yoga practice, the reason of dream yoga practice. So, or what is the essential part of dream yoga practice? Essential part is we have to be lucid. And why we have to be lucid, then we know our own awareness. And then to see, to confirm this, our awareness transformation. You know, do you understand? In life, you feel you are so incapable. In life, you feel like you are not good for doing this. You can't finish anything. You are the poor one. You are the black sheep. You are the this and that, right? In the dream, what we do? We repeat the same thing. Okay? We repeat the same thing. But in dream yoga says why? We don't need to repeat the same thing. Okay? We can master the dream. In the life, it's like this, you know, in the life, you have to stay in that room. Let's say you have to sleep in that room, that bedroom, right? But in the dream, you also have to sleep there? No. That's our inner world. That's our inner dimension. Do you understand? In the dream, you can, it's not only you don't need to stay there. In the dream, you can destroy that room because you hate that room. You feel that room is like your prison. You can destroy it. You can make it disappear or whatever you want. Do you understand? So you see, I think it's very interesting how all these problems in our life we are bringing to dream, and we cure ourselves. We cure ourselves. We fix all our problems. In the life, yes, I can't run away from this room, but in the dream, yes. In the dream, you run out and so much and this and that, and then next day you wake up in this room, right? Then you don't mind. You experience the outer space, outer already, and now you okay, again in this room, you don't mind. Do you understand? You don't feel that the feeling of the prison. Like one my dream, you know, I was doing this fasting retreat in Tibet, in a very high mountain. My God, it was so high in a cave. First 2 days, I was so hungry. My God, I was so hungry. I tried to meditate and did yoga, holding breath, this and that. First 2 days was so hard. The Tibetan fasting is very, very strong. I want to do that. I want to experience that. And then I think the second night I had a dream. And then in my dream, I said, okay, it's true I'm in a fasting condition in the cave, but I said, now I'm in the dream. I said, I'm not fasting in my dream. Okay. And then I told myself, now I want to eat anything in the dream. I was eating the food and fruit and everything, meat, this, rocks and whatever comes from to me, and I ate them, okay? Next morning I wake up, I said, oh no, I ate too much. For next days, there's no feeling of hungry. I said, oh, when I wake up, oh, that's a little bit too much. Even eating the rocks. Yeah. That's how it's like we somehow really compensate the real life and the dream, right? Otherwise, like it is my experience, you know, I'm always in that cave and no food, and hungry, and emotions are coming, this and that. Thanks for dreams. So it's balanced completely. Okay? So that's why we need to transform. So once we are able to transform the dreams, then avoid the fear in the dreams. Fear, worry, whatever emotions you have, every emotions can be transformed. Okay? If you're very good at dream yoga is your best psychotherapy. Okay? It's the one of the best therapists, psychotherapists. Again, you have to know it's a free therapist.
I have a question for you. What if the dream is oracular? In other words, if the fear is meant to be there because something is going to happen in reality.
Yeah, then you cannot transform.
Right. But that's something that you would have to discern. So.
But still, if you try to transform or avoid emotions, something happens in reality, your emotions are less disturbed later. But this I will tell you, when we transform the dreams, there are some dreams are very difficult to transform. Okay? That's prophetic dreams. Something will happen in the future, you really try hard to transform, it's difficult to transform. Or it's hard, but you did it, it means you can change that reality too. Okay? You can change that reality too. You or somebody is going to have a car accident, you saw this in the dream, so we call it prophetic dream, but somehow in the dream you are able to protect that. So that can be really in real life can affect too, okay? Or you wake up, you could not help it, and when you think of this dream, you enter in the dream and you can rewind it and repeat the same dream, you try to change it. These things you need higher skills, but it's possible, okay? It's possible. Okay, then the question is, can you change karma in your dream? For me, yes, we can. In dream. Okay, all right, avoid the fear in the dream and then understand the truth of the dream. Okay? That's the most famous question. What is a dream? I can't answer you now. Okay? If I answer you now, you won't get it. So that's why you have to practice dream yoga, and one day you'll understand, or you will experience what's the truth of the dream. And one day when you understand what is the truth of the dream, then you know what is the truth of your mind, the ultimate state of the mind. And once you know what is the truth of your mind, then you will know what is the truth of the universe. Do you understand? And then you will wake up. I was dreaming inside a dream of dream of dream. I woke up in that dream, and then this dream, and then this dream, and then this dream. And the final one is the universal dream. Okay? Okay, let's do the mantra now. Om Anutara. I think you have heard that music already. We have a very nice music with mantra, Om Anutara. I think you can download or buy what?
So, the singer is called Durkmoja, and you can find her on bandcamp.com.
Her music's a band? Band.
Could you say what that is again? Because it's hard to read your writing.
So it's called Bandcamp. It's like
Bandcamp, okay.
One of those apps. I'll tell you the name of the album.
That music was good, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, if you cannot chant, just that music was good, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, if you cannot chant, just listen that music. Because the vibration, you're getting the vibration. Okay?
It's on her new album, which is called Tibetan Healing Chants.
Is the Dream Yoga mantra?
Yep.
In
Follow
Tibetan
Dr.
healing.
Nida on social media, he posts samples of
Yeah.
our music and links.
And
for
very
pages
soon
and
I'm
stuff.
going to upload it onto our publishing house.
So you're going to post, yeah?
Yeah.
Justin,
We
yeah?
post one about a week ago, I'll post again for you. I'll post a link to our website.
The music.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music, okay? Of course, if you don't like the music, you don't need to use that. But sometimes, it's our life, you are tired and stressed and this and that. Just use the music as just a music of relaxation. And then Om Anu Tara means the dream yoga. Om Anu Tara means the dream yoga. Dream yoga. 5 elements. Why there are 5 syllables? 5 elements, okay? Space, wind, fire, water, and earth. 5 elements. So every element can have one sound. Okay. So now I'll let you sleep. How much time we?
20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. That's good. So are you okay? That theoretical, I think this set is really good. Theoretical part we sit here, and then practical part we go there. And if you guys want to have more practical part, we can focus on more practical part too. Okay, you can tell me how you feel. If you want practical part, we can do practical part. For me, it's easy. If you want to hear more my blah blah blahs, I can do blah blah too. So I'm serving you. I'm serving you. And just ask my service, okay? Okay, good. So let's go to the other side. And yeah, 5 minutes of break. Fast pee break. Every morning early we have the yoga, so please try to join the yoga. It's a very interesting yoga. It's a Tibetan healing yoga. It's very easy, very simple. And there will be a book on this yoga too, very soon. It will be published. And